Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're just going to learn really quickly, go over Foundry, then we're going to go over the rules as we play. So for Foundry, if you ever need to find your character, it will be in the upper right. There's the little actor icon. It's a head and shoulders. You click on that, you should be able to find your character. Or if your token is on the board, you can double click on your token and it will pull up your character sheet. The chat bubbles, that's where all the dice rolls will be listed, but you will also see the dice roll across the screen thanks to the Dice So Nice mod on Foundry. If you want to, I'm going to turn on some music, and if you want to adjust the music, you can. You should have controls. It'll be the little musical note. You can adjust your own individual volume on there. And sounds like music has started. There's the music. To roll dice, you can roll it from the chat bar. You can either type in the command, which is a /R space and then 1d20, or you can click on the picture of the dice. Or if you pull up your character sheet, you will see you've got like 3 main pools. So there's might, speed, and intellect, and there's a little picture of a d20 next to all those. You can click on that button and it will make a roll for you. So let me have, Clara, since you've not played this before, go ahead and pull up your character and just give me a might roll, which means you're just going to find might. It'll be just below your picture. And then, yeah, roll the dice. And you got an 11. Perfect. And then that will show us... Yep, so we'll explain exactly what that means. So the basics of Cypher System, you guys get to roll all the dice. As Game Master, I don't roll any dice. My job is to give everything in the game a level. Every creature, every obstacle, every task has a level between 0 and 10. And to find the target number, you just multiply that level by 3. So let's say you're trying to climb a small wall, and I tell you it's a level 3 wall. You would take 3 times 3 is 9. You need to roll a 9 or higher. But then your job is to make that task easier. And you can do that through skills. And you've got skills listed on your character. So if you have, say, a climbing skill, that would reduce that level from a level 3 to a level 2, which also makes your difficulty now a 6. You have to roll a 6 or higher. If you don't have a skill, you can't use that, but if you have an asset like rope, that would be under equipment. If you have an asset, grappling hook, or a rope, something like that, you could reduce your difficulty using an asset. And so, let's say you're trained in climbing and had a rope, you can reduce that from a level 3 down to a level 2, down to a level 1. Now you just need a 3 or higher. And you could just go ahead and roll and see if you get that. But the last way you can reduce that level, that difficulty, is spending effort. And you are all tier 1 characters, basically level 1, which means you have 1 level of effort. And to use effort, you are going to spend points from one of your pools, might, speed, or intellect. So those are currency, and it will cost you 3 points to reduce a task by 1 level. And now, you should all have an edge in 1 or more stats. Most of you, it's going to be might or speed, and 1 or 2 of you, I think, has an edge in intellect. And so if you have an edge, that's like a coupon. You get a refund of that many points. So if it costs you 3 points and you have an edge of 1, you get 1 back, so it costs you 2 points, and that would reduce the difficulty. I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but once we start doing it, it'll become second nature really fast. The last thing that you could use these points for, they're your hit points. So if you take damage, you're going to lose might points first, and then speed points. If it's like a mental attack, like a wizard casts a spell on you, it may reduce your intellect rather than your might or your speed. And so as we go through the game, you'll kind of learn how those points are won and lost, and how to kind of gain the advantage by improving your rolls. So we are all here. We are going to go ahead and get started. The easiest way to learn Cypher System is to look at your character sentence, and it will be the very first thing on your character sheet. So if I pull up Arenos, it says Arenos is an exiled explorer who masters weaponry. So exiled and explorer and masters weaponry when I build his character, that tells me all of the skills and abilities and things that he might have. It also tells me how many points he has in certain pools, and then I have the freedom to move a few things around. But that also tells me how I can roleplay Arenos. He's an exile, so maybe he doesn't do well in big cities or around a lot of different people. Um, in fact, if you look, if I think Arenos is playing, if you look at his skills, he has an inability in social interaction. So that means it makes his tasks harder if he's trying to persuade or convince someone. Not only does is the difficulty a 3, let's say, but now it's a 4 because he's not good at that. You can also use this, like I say, to role play. Master's weaponry. He's got to be good with arms and armor, so he's going to have some combat abilities. And we are actually going to start out.
But what would it mean that Katana works miracles?
Okay, so let's look at Katana works miracles. So if you go to her character sheet and look under her abilities, she has a lot of abilities that some of the other characters do not have. She has 4 that are basically like spells. So she's got Anecdote, which would cost her 2 intellect points, but then she would get 1 back because she has an edge in intellect. And so that uplifts the spirits of creatures around her, helps them bond together by entertaining them. For the next hour, those who pay attention to your story are trained in a task that you choose. So you could say, hey, there's a story of this guy that climbed a wall and he did great. And so now everyone else will now get basically a free level of skill in that to make everyone's climbing easier. So you're going to be the one that helps out people. You also have your demeanor of command, that you can kind of use your authority to let people kind of understand you, and you get that free level of effort to a persuasion task. So it would be like easing the difficulty by 1 level just by spending those intellect points. You've got encouragement, which is kind of similar. Allies get it eases or reduces the difficulty of like defensive tasks, attack tasks, things like that. And then healing touch just helps people to heal some of those points that they may spend using effort or being struck in combat. So your miracles are going to be to help other people's lives be better.
All right.
And then there's one last thing. I'll cover it here in just a second, but it kind of has to do with combat. But let's go ahead and get a start here. So the adventure begins like this. Various clues have led you to the village of Smoke Hollow in search of an evil elf necromancer named Kedron, who killed a merchant friend of yours a few weeks ago. The local constable has informed you that armed bandits have been seen in the area. Knowing that Kedron sometimes hires bandits as bodyguards while traveling, you've decided to help out the constable and see what you can do about these bandits. As you make your way through these woods, there's a sudden, disgusting burbling noise as something low and glistening strikes at you from a hidden position. So let me take us all to the woods. Let me pull some tokens out here. And in the game, I mentioned how I don't roll dice, but I can make life harder, and I do it through what's called a GM intrusion. So if we were playing in person, I would hold up 2 cards, and these are 2 experience point cards. And I'm going to give it to someone. It's going to add a complication to what's going on. Basically, in this case, they're going to be attacked by some creeping, sludgy ooze monster, but they're going to get to keep 1 of these experience points and give 1 to someone else. So I am going to give this to Venmill. So now in the chat bar, it'll say that I've proposed an intrusion to Venmill. And Venmill, if he had an experience point, he could say no thanks. He could spend that to decline this intrusion. But in this case, he's going to have to accept it. So Venmill, go ahead and accept that intrusion. Do you have an accept
And then
button?
I've got to choose someone else. I
Yeah,
do,
so
but I have to.
yeah, so you'll keep one experience point and then you give one to someone else. And this could be someone that, maybe brought the pizza tonight or someone that is down on their luck. So Ithana, you get the experience point. So you can use that point anytime to get a free reroll, or you could save it until the end and you can spend experience points to advance
Okay.
your character. But since this
Is
is
it?
a one shot,
It's
I would use them for
it's
rerolls.
it's like an inspiration.
Exactly, exactly. Yep,
Okay.
so this would be an inspiration. So what's going to happen is, since Venmil received the intrusion, he's going to be attacked by this ooze. So this ooze, maybe it falls out of the tree, so we're all at close range. There's really no counting squares in Cypher System. You're either right up next to it, you're in short range, which is within about 50 feet, or long range, which is maybe 100 feet, or you're beyond that. So this is up close and personal to all of us. So it's going to attack Venmil. That's the GM intrusion. It gets a free attack. So before we even determine initiative, Venmil, you need to give me a speed defense roll. So you're going to roll your speed, and if you are trained in speed defense, which you are not, you could use that to ease your difficulty. You have some abilities, but none of them that really are going to help out with your speed defense. So I'm just going to have you roll speed. If you want to spend effort, you could. You don't have an edge in speed, so it would cost you 3 points. And I'm not going to tell you what the difficulty... Oh, no, for this first battle, I'll tell you what the difficulty of this ooze is. But oftentimes I will not. So this is a level 4 ooze. So to defend this attack, you need to beat a 12 on a d20.
So I've got greater enhanced speed. That would give me 6 points to my.
So I have already calculated that in. So your speed, you have like 21 points of speed. You have way more than anybody else. Yeah, so that's
part
already
of the
been
21.
calculated in. Yep.
Okay, cool. Just trying to figure out how all that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dodge a news.
You got this. And ooh, you rolled a 2.
I can.
So nice try. This is a level 4 monster, and so in the Cypher system, it's so easy to run because you give something a level, and that's how much damage it does. So this is going to do 4 points of damage to your might. So go ahead and reduce your might by 4.
Got it.
And now we're going to go to initiative. So the way that initiative works is you are going to make a speed roll, and the target is a 12. Since this is a level 4 creature, it's like he just rolled a 12, and so you need to beat that 12. Now, one of you, I think it's Arenos, is trained in, or no, Arenos has an ability. It is the danger sense. So you can spend 1 speed point, but you have an edge of 1, so basically it's free, and then your initiative task is eased. So you really only need a 9 or higher. So let's.
I already rolled a 17, so.
And that's perfect. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm the only one who failed it, so but that's that.
And Rowland got a minor effect. So Rowland rolled a 19. So Rowland and Arenos and Venmail will go first, and then the ooze, and then Ithana will go. Now, since you got a 19 for a minor effect, I'm going to say you get the jump, and you can go first.
Well, I will cast my Onslaught ability, which I believe is free because I have an edge of 1 and intellect.
And it costs 1. So you still need to make an attack roll, but it won't cost you anything. So it'll be an intellect roll to beat a level 4. And if you want to spend effort, you can. But if you roll a 12 or higher, then you will deal, I believe it's 4 points of damage.
Yes.
Oh, so close. Very close. So as you can see on the chat bar, it says that beats a difficulty 3, but we needed to beat a difficulty 4. So your attack falls short. Let's go to Venmail and then Arenos, and then the ooze will attack. Now, the weapons that you have are going to be listed under your equipment.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the reasons that it was so easy for this thing to drop on Venmil is because he normally carries his bow as he slinks around.
Right. And right now, so under combat, he's got a bow. He does have a broadsword. He's better with his bow. In fact, let's just take a second and everyone just look at your character sheet. So we've talked about skills, and we've kind of looked at abilities. If you look at combat, it will show you what weapons you have. As you can see, Venmel, you are better with your bow. It deals more damage, but you're still skilled with the broadsword. And you are wearing light armor, which will protect you from some damage. So in fact, I forgot to calculate in your armor. So when you took the damage from that ooze, your armor locked one of that. So you can restore one of your might points. That was my bad to not take that out of there.
Cool.
If you look under your equipment, you also have ciphers. So everyone should have 2. I think Rowland has 3. So ciphers are basically single-use magic items. And you will find more of these throughout the adventure, so feel free to use them. So you have a lightning rod that you can just touch it and it deals 6 points of electrical damage. You also have a potion of healing. There is, right next to the equipment, there's like a little notepad with a pencil. If you click on that, it kind of talks a little bit about your character. It'll give you a little background, a little bit of tactics, kind of what your character's good at. So feel free to look that over and kind of find out how you want to go from here. So Venmel, you are right next to this ooze. He just slapped you with a sticky tendril for 3 points of damage. How do you counter?
I bravely run away.
You can do it. Make a speed roll. You just got to beat a 4, and you can run away.
All right, then I'm going to shoot with a bow if I can do both.
Yeah, so if you're just moving, kind of getting away from it, you could actually move a short distance. You could run 20, 30 feet and shoot, but you would need to make a speed roll to disengage from that.
All right, so yeah,
You manage to get away. Yep, so you slip away untouched, and now you can fire your bow at it. Oh, perfect. Okay, so you rolled a 20. So that's a success because you beat a difficulty 4. You can choose in combat to do an additional 4 points of damage, and your bow already does 5, so that would deal 9 points of damage. Or you can have a major effect, something that will complicate life for the ooze, probably hindering all of its attacks or making attacks against it easier. I'll let you choose what you want. You can deal extra damage or some sort of effect that will affect everyone for the better.
Well, not knowing how many hit points this ooze might have, I don't know if 9 versus 5 is going to be a big deal, but making life easier for my friends works for me, so I'll do that way.
Perfect. So I'm going to reduce his health by 5. And then everyone else, your next attack will be eased by 1 level because this arrow pierced this ooze and it shrinks back. It's trying to spit out the arrow that is stuck inside of its sticky corporeal form. And as it's trying to extract this painful arrow, everyone's next attack will be eased by 1 level. So we go to Arenos. So you only need a level 3 task. So you need a 9 or higher to hit this.
Okay, am I like directly engaged with it, or?
Yeah, you're basically right next to it. It hasn't attacked you, so I mean you're probably within 5-6 feet.
Well, I was wanting to move over just a little bit and then shoot.
Because you were not engaged with it, and I'm going to say because of that major effect, you're easily able to slip over there. And are you going to take aim with a ranged weapon?
Yes.
So that'll be a level 3 task. And if you want, you can spend effort, or you can just try and beat a 9.
I'll try to beat a 9.
You got this. Oh yeah, 16. So that hits, and I believe your bow does 4 points of damage?
5.
5, excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect. He is down but not out. And it is, unfortunately, the ooze's turn. Well, everyone moved away from it except for Rowland and Ithana. It's going to go after Rowland. So Rowland, you need to make a speed defense roll. And it's going to be a level 4. You can spend effort to make this task easier, or just try your hand at the fates.
I could spend effort.
Okay, so that will cost you 3 speed points. I don't think you have an edge in speed.
No.
So that will just cost you 3 speed points, and then it will be a difficulty, or level 3, so you need to roll a 9 or higher. Oh, okay, so you rolled a 20, so you get your points back. If you roll a natural 20 and you've spent effort, you get those points back automatically. And that's also going to be a major effect. So not only do you dodge, but I'll say everyone's next attack is eased by an additional level. So it is Ithana's turn. You've got 2 levels of of easement on this ooze. You only need to roll a 6 or higher if you want to attack it.
Okay. So I'm gonna do something that I'm used to do with other characters.
Let's do it.
And I'm gonna stab it in the back.
Oh, nice. It's like Chrisana is here. Perfect. So you're going to need to beat a 6 or higher. And you got a 12. Now, your weapon with Athana, I believe she has a dagger. So one additional thing with the dagger, if you look under your combat page, it says it's a light weapon and it's eased. So when you use a light weapon, it automatically eases the task. So you only needed a 3 or higher. So you hit it.
Oh my god.
Yep, so you hit. So it's much easier to hit with a light weapon. They do a little less damage. It did 2 points of damage, but this thing only had 2 hit points left. So you managed to defeat the ooze. There we go. Well done. Let me get this ooze off of here. A quick and dirty battle, but you managed to defeat this creeping, nasty, slimy ooze. The ooze has left behind a thin, gray trail of slime through the woods. It looks to have left trees blighted where it has passed. What would you like to do?
Left my armor blighted too.
It is, yeah. So your armor, you're going to have to clean this off. Maybe you grab a handful of grass and a little water from your water skin and try and clean this off, because you know that this ooze may pit that armor. This could be bad.
Is everyone fine, or would anyone need some healing?
So I think Venmill's the only one that took a hit.
I'm fine. I smell like ooze.
Yeah, but that's like a Saturday night. That's just the way things are for you. But there is a trail you could try to follow.
Could I make a magical lore check on this trail?
Yeah, that's going to be an intellect roll. Are you trained in magical lore?
I am, yeah.
So that's going to reduce the difficulty by 1. Since this ooze was a level 4, that'll make it a level 3. So go ahead and you can make a level 3 roll here. And you got a 6. That would have beat a level 2. So in that case, it did not succeed, but you do find some information. You know that this is not a naturally occurring ooze. This is something indeed magical, but to find more information, you're going to have to probably follow the trail that it left and see where it came from. If you follow that, I would assume you guys would follow the trail. It's a good day for.
Yeah, we'll follow the trail.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up a map. Now this map's going to show the whole complex, but I'm going to show you how we can use this map. So on the left-hand side, you can see there's a number 1, and then I've got a little token here. This is the adventurers, so this is where you are, and I can move this to represent where we are on the map. Okay. So we begin.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like follow the yellow brick road. Yeah.
It's kind of a green slimy road, but yeah, you come upon this building. That's what Danielle was saying. This building is old and overgrown. There's a flat area about 15 feet across and carved with runes and a demonic head. On one side of the stone slab are the remains of a campfire and human footprints in the dirt. The slab is cracked down the middle, leaving a gap a person could squeeze through. Beneath the slab are stone stairs leading down, with several boot prints in the dust. The trail of slime you have been following leads toward the stairs, crossing over the recent human activity. If someone would like to study the camp for more clues, that would be an intellect roll.
I would do that if I can.
Sure.
How to...
And I will tell you the difficulty is a level 3.
And what is it I need to do?
So you're going to be just kind of studying and seeing, like, what can I determine about, what's going on here, or who might have passed. Is it just an
intellect roll? Or
so it would be an intellect roll. If I look at your skills, you are trained in identifying danger or function. So I'm going to say that would ease your task by 1. So if you wanted to use that skill, which I would encourage you to, that's going to make it a little easier for you. You also have a lantern. It's kind of dark in here. If you want to use your lantern light, that would act as an asset, would reduce it one more level.
I would want to do that, yes.
Okay.
Could I make a roll to see if I can determine anything historical about this site?
Yeah, go ahead. That would be another intellect roll, and if you have any applicable skill in history or anything, maybe.
So I am trained in history, and I also have a book of history.
So that would be an asset and a skill. Reduce the level by 2. So go ahead and make that roll. And as you do that, Ithana, you rolled a 19. That's a minor effect. So not only do you gather some information, but you get some specific information. You know that the fire here was extinguished about a day ago, and there's enough discarded chicken bones around the site to conclude that there's at least 5 people in whatever group passed through here. And it's very likely this is the group that you are after. If you recall, the reason you're here, you're searching for an evil elf necromancer named Kedron, who killed a merchant friend of yours. And the local constable told you that there's some armed bandits had been seen in the area. And you know that Kedron sometimes hires bandits as bodyguards, so perhaps this is the right path as well. Rowland, you wanted to know about the lore of this place. This, you have heard stories, and you think perhaps this is the place, that there was an old crypt from an earlier time that has been lost to the woods, and you wonder if perhaps this isn't that same crypt, and so you know to expect grave goods inside.
Do I know if it was a dangerous crypt?
Based on your roll, I'm going to say no. Had you rolled a minor or major effect, I'd say yeah, you probably would know that. But as it stands, you think this is the place, but you're not positive.
Well, Big Ooze did come from here, so I'm just going to assume it's.
Yeah,
somewhat
it
dangerous.
looks like the slime trail leads through that crack and down those stairs down into the ground.
I would like to go through that.
Does everyone follow?
Sure.
I think Raylan is curious enough about this place that they will follow.
As you head down the steps, you see that the stairwell is lit approximately every 20 feet or so. There is an enchanted skull sitting in a niche on the wall. Each skull is from an animal native to the region, such as a deer or a raccoon. And the dried slime trail passes through here, sometimes meandering side to side or passing back and forth on a stair. But you needn't provide any sort of light source because these enchanted skulls light the way. As you make your way further in, I'm going to move us on the map into room number 2. The last burning skull in the stairwell ends about 20 feet short of the entrance to this room. So you are in the darkness, just at the edge of it here. And the room ahead is no brighter than candlelight. And in this wheel light, you can barely see that the walls are carved with the most disturbing images of skulls and leering faces. Something like a stone well is in the middle of the room. And lurking in the near dark are several undead skeletons, each wielding a crude bow.
I would take my lantern out.
You're going to light it?
Yeah.
I'm going to pull us to a different map here. Let me pull out some tokens for us.
What did I do?
And up ahead you can see they're about 30-40 feet away. There are at least 4 skeletons with bows. They do not seem to have noticed you, but as you light your lantern you see them turning about as though they sense something is going on.
I pull my own bow and duck around a corner.
Perfect. Give me. Are you trying to be stealthy or just getting cover?
Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy before they recognize I'm there. I'd like to have them miscount the number of people here.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a. It'll be a speed roll, and if you were trained in stealth, you'll be able to reduce the difficulty of that. These skeletons, they look like they're kind of mindless, brainless sorts of things. I'm not going to tell you what the level is, but these don't look to be very challenging foes, but there are a number of them. Oh, I thought that was on a 1. Yeah, you easily hide in the shadows there, and that's going to, if you should fire, that's going to give you a bonus that'll ease your shot by 1 level too, being in the shadows like that.
Cool.
What about Arenos, Rallin, and Ithana? What do you do?
Rallin would like to find some cover and then cast a spell.
That'll be another speed roll to find some, or a stealth roll. So it'll be speed, but using stealth skills if you have any. And you likewise are able to hide. Renos and Athana, what do you do?
I'm gonna try to hide in shadows. I have
Yeah.
sneaking.
Perfect. So that's going to make your roll even easier. So that will reduce it by 1 level. So I'll give you a hint. You need to beat a 3. These guys are level 2. Oh yeah, easily done. So everyone around you, Athana, they all kind of hide into the shadows. It looks like Rallin is preparing to cast a spell. What do you do before that spell goes off?
Yeah, I don't have many things for that. I'm mostly like staying back and trying to coordinate.
Yeah,
the
so
attack.
if we look at your character, one thing, an option, I mean, you do have your ciphers. You've got a potion of perfection that it would treat your next action as if you had rolled a 20. You may want to save that for something a little more complicated, but
Yeah.
you're welcome to use that anytime. I promise if you guys use those, you'll find a few here and there on the adventure. But under your abilities, you have your encouragement, and so it would cost you 1 intellect point, but your edge is 1, so basically it would be free.
Yeah.
And it's going to, all of your allies, a task of your choice will be eased, and it could be an attack task or a defense task.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna encourage people, like, not loudly, but just kind of encouraging them to do what they're best at.
So you probably lock eyes with each individual person and nod and let them know that you have confidence in their abilities. And
Yeah.
as you give off an aura of confidence, it inspires them to do well. So, Rowland, you mentioned that you had a spell ready. So, if you want to start that off, we're each going to get a free attack here because we do have the element of surprise.
Yeah, I will. Can I spend intellect to reduce the difficulty?
So the difficulty is already going to be reduced 1 by Athana's encouragement, but if you want to, you can. That would cost you. So are you using Onslaught?
Yes.
So Onslaught will cost you 1, and then to use 1 level of effort will cost you 3. So that's a total of 4, and then your edge would refund 1 of those, so it would cost you 3 points, and it would essentially be an automatic hit.
Well, I think these are easy enough. Perhaps I'll just do a regular attack.
Yeah, so you just need to beat a 3 or higher, thanks to Athana's encouragement. Easily done. And that does the 4 points of damage, I believe.
Yes.
So there you have 2 types of onslaught.
That was the physical
Perfect.
onslaught.
And so these guys have some armor. So their armor is going to protect them from some of that, but they take 75% of that damage. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do an initiative roll. This will be a speed test for initiative. And again, I think it's Renos has the nice has the danger sense. That will make that easier. So everyone basically has to beat a 3. Everyone did. So Arenos and Venmil, Venmil, you got a 20. You get a major effect, and Arenos, you get a minor effect. So I'm going to say, Venmil, your next attack is going to be an auto hit because That's going to your difficulty's already reduced down to a 1, so you're just going to hit. And then Arenos, I'm going to say, better yet, how about if we do Venmill? So Arenos, you're going to be an auto hit, so will Venmill, but Venmill, you're going to do an additional 2 points of damage. So you can target, this is number 1, down would be 2, and then 3, and then 4. So we'll go to Venmill first since you rolled the 20.
We will shoot number 2.
Number 2. And your bow does 5. And I think I said you could do an additional 2. So that would do 7. He's got 1 point of armor, but he only had 6 hit points. So this guy is dead. So tell me how you take out the skeleton.
How dare you be even and a prime number? No. From my place in hiding, I quickly knock an arrow and shoot him through where the skull and the spinal cord connects.
Oh, sweet. Just decapitates him. Like William Tell, but you missed really badly and just took the head right off. Not just the apple, but the whole head. His skull clatters to the ground with a clang and rolls around his feet while his body staggers a few steps and then falls forward with a clatter, and his bones disarticulate into a kind of a spray pattern along the floor as he just comes apart at the seams. So Arenos, yours is an auto hit as well. Which one would you like to target, number 1, 3, or 4?
Well, I know number 1's already been hit, so I'm going to do number 1 so we can hopefully knock out 2.
And you do 5 points of damage with your bow?
Yep.
So minus his 1 armor, he's going to take 4, and that is enough. How do you take out this guy?
I just, it just kind of hits him square in the bridge of where the nose would be and shatters the skull.
Oh, nice. So the skull shatters and the helm kind of drops straight down a few inches as bone fragments fall down, and he just falls backwards, slumps against the wall, his bow clattering to the ground. Ithana, do you want to continue to encourage, or do you want to try something else?
I'm going to continue to encourage.
Excellent. And then Rowland, it's your turn.
I will use my onslaught again on skeleton number 3.
Number 3, okay, this guy right here. So that's going to cost you 1 intellect point. You get that back. You got him. So that's going to deal 4 minus 1, deal 3 points of damage. Perfect. And then the skeleton's turn. So the one that was just struck is going to fire. Rowland, he sensed the magical energy coming off of you, and he sends an arrow streaking in your direction. You're going to need to make a speed defense roll. And Venmill as well, please make a speed defense roll from skeleton number 4 as he fires an arrow your way. So Rowland needed to beat a 6, and so did Venmill. So you both easily dodge these arrows from your place of hiding. It's rather easy to simply duck as the arrows streak overhead. We will go back to top of the order. We'll go back to Venmill.
All right, I'll look at number 4, say thank you for the arrow, pick up the one that he shot at me, and shoot at number 3.
Oh, nice, and hit his buddy with his arrow, at insult to injury. And you got him, so you needed a 6. Actually, with the encouragement, you needed a 3, so even easier. And even with the armor, this guy will become deceased. So we've got one guy left. Arenos, can you take? Oh, this guy's undamaged, so he may take more than one shot. Although if you hit a 20, you're probably going to take him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at him and see what we can do.
That's a hit. Excellent.
Yep.
Perfect. And we'll go to Rowland. Do another onslaught.
Yes, I will cast onslaught again.
Okay. And to beat a 3. Oh, you do with a 6.
So 4 damage.
Yes, and so armor. And if you notice, you have a mental onslaught that ignores armor. So that was one you could do, but it does less damage. I think it does 2 points of damage to these guys. But you easily dispatch these skeletons. And as they clatter to the ground, the room grows still and quiet. The dried slime trail meanders through this room, but the scuffling of skeletal feet seems to obscure some of it, but it looks like it continues past into the room beyond. I'll take us back to the crypt map. So it looks like
And
there
you
is
said we're in darkness, correct?
Yeah, so right now we're in darkness, so we will need it's about candlelight in here, so we will need a light source. Athana did have a lantern lit, and so we could use that.
I am going to use a Cypher.
Yeah. What is your Cypher?
I have a potion of dark sight for
sweet.
15 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and use that.
Perfect. I will go ahead and take that off of your sheet. Oh, let's see.
Before we leave this second room, can I just inspect these skeletons and see if I can determine if they were resurrected by a necromancer?
Yeah, that will be a magical lore roll, difficulty 2, and I know you're trained in that, so it'll be difficulty 1.
I am trained, and I also noticed I have a book of magical lore.
I'm going to say that makes it a difficulty 0. Yes, you know that these are in fact animated skeletons, that these definitely necromantic powers were at work here, and considering you're on the trail of Kedron, the elf necromancer, you think this is probably you're definitely hot on her trail. Yes, go ahead, Clara.
I would like to see if could their bow be considered light weapons with long range?
No, their bows would be medium weapons with short range.
Damn. Okay then.
I think you are only if you look at your character sheet. In fact, I don't believe you can use a medium weapon under skills.
No, I cannot.
Yes, you are only practiced in light weapons.
That's why I asked for light.
If you find like a sling, you could use a sling as a light weapon.
Okay. I wanted to see if I could have anything for range, but never mind.
Yeah. Well, hey, you don't ask, you don't get. So we
The
find
Athana just
ourselves
needs
at
pom-poms.
exactly, right? You can always throw a rock, just pick up a rock.
And more high kicks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we find ourselves at a 4-way intersection. There's a path to the left, straight ahead, and a path to the right. Now, we've got Arenos with dark vision. If you want to lead the way, you would attract less interest from whatever lurks in these passageways than would the rest of the party with their lantern.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have them, stay here. And
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of step down this passage on the left a little ways, see if I can
Kinda
see
heading
anything
north?
of interest. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what we find to the north. You find stacked horizontal alcoves holding about a dozen cloth-shrouded bodies. They are all covered with a layer of dust. Let me send a picture here. Some of these alcoves are empty, with cloth wrappings discarded on the floor, and human footprints leading everywhere.
Lovely. Okay. Do I hear anything?
So you're going to give me a listen roll. If you're trained in listening, you'll reduce the test by 1. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell you what the difficulty is, but that'll be an intellect roll.
Let's give it a shot.
Excellent. You actually hear sound coming from the south. That room number 3 on the map. You can hear.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like whispers. Someone's speaking to someone else down there.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to the group, and I'm going to go, hey, I'm hearing people talk to the south. And I'll point in the direction.
Okay.
So, we probably should go that way.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
I don't know. They're just whispering.
Who wants to head down there first?
I'll go first. I'm a sneak,
Perfect. Give me a stealth roll.
and I do have sneaking, so
Excellent. That'll reduce it by one. Oh, wonderful. So that would be to a difficulty 5, but even with your sneaking skill, that would be to difficulty 6. And you managed to sneak up toward the edge of this room. And let me show you what you see. You see a man with an eye patch. Not the same one that you know, Clara. This is a different one.
Before I would follow, I would like to use my demeanor of command.
Excellent. And how do you propose using that?
Like I puff my chest, I stand out straight, and I walk with a confident pace.
Perfect.
Which means if I were to speak anyone, if they are not already attacking, they have to listen to me for at least one round.
Exactly. So you may be able to talk your way out of this. So, Arenos, you see in this room there are more of those enchanted skulls, but they're very dim. There's enough light for everyone to see in here. You see several warriors, all of them human, camped out here. In the various corners behind an altar and the 4 large pillars are bedrolls, a small cooking fire that has been put out, and a cloth mat for gambling upon the throw of dice. You notice that one of the men, clearly a leader, stands with an eye patch, surveying the others as they sharpen weapons and speak quietly to one another. They don't seem to be aware of your presence.
Leader.
You gonna go talk to the leader?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I ask him if he's in league with the necromancer.
So you just come right out and accuse?
And
I like it.
no, not accuse. Ask, and if he is, I would strongly suggest that he points to us his direction.
So I'm going to say this is public speaking, and you're trained in that. So with your demeanor, to use your demeanor, it costs you 2 intellect points.
But I gain 1 back.
Yes,
right?
you get 1 back because of your edge. And so that's going to reduce the difficulty by 1, and your public speaking skill will reduce it by another. Go ahead and make a roll and see if you can beat this guy.
What kind of roll is it? Intellect? Is it an intellect roll?
Yes, intellect.
Okay. 14.
Excellent. He looks at you and takes a step back and says, clearly, you are not someone from the village. We know who all of those are. Who sent you? And what would you have with Kedron?
I forgot the name of who's that.
You desire to know where she is that correct?
Yes.
She is nearby, deeper in the tunnels. But I'm afraid I cannot permit you to pass. She has paid us good coin to guard the way. And at that, the 5 men around him stand up. And no one has raised a weapon menacingly, but you feel the tension growing in the room.
Okay, I say, if that's how it is, then I throw my dagger at the first guy.
As you... Nice. So, you tried talking, you tried parlay, but in the end it all came down to knives. Venmil, give me a roll. as a bit of a warrior, you recognize something here. It's going to be an observation roll, so it'll be an intellect roll. You notice that all of these people here are wearing special belt buckles. It looks like some sort of silver snake, and you know that means something, but you don't know what that could be. But it's something that there's some lore here that just eludes you. But you think you've heard the reputation of the Silver Serpent mercenaries, and these could be they. And you know that they are formidable. And as you begin to consider how difficult they may be, Ithana throws a dagger.
Yeah.
All right. Just, I guess, if you're going to go for the serpent, cut off his head, so aim for the one-eyed snake.
That's what I was aiming for.
Oh, someone was breaking up on me there. Can you, what was that again?
But if you're going to go after the snake, I guess cut off the head, so aim for the one-eyed snake.
Right, yep, take the head off the snake. So let's go ahead and make an initiative roll as Ithana prepares to throw that dagger.
It's a bad time to roll bad initiative.
Alright, so Venmil and Rowland will go last. So I'm just going to move you guys back here so I know you guys go last. Ithana and Arenos will go first, and then followed by everybody, and then Rowland and Venmil will go. So Ithana, since you were preparing to throw your dagger, I assume you're throwing it over here at the one-armed dude?
I mean, to the one that was closest to me. I know I was talking to the leader, so I don't know if I was close. But...
Yeah, you're close enough. You can throw it that far. Whether or not you can hit remains to be seen. But since it is a light weapon, it's eased by 1. So I'm not going to tell you the difficulty. So if you feel like you need to burn some effort here, you can. Or if you've got ciphers, anyone that could come into use. But if you want to make that roll, I will reduce the difficulty level by 1 because it's a light weapon.
Would it be worth it to take my potion of perfection?
Do you wanna do that?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let me just check that out real quick. That is the potion of perfection. So you treat your next roll like it's a natural 20. So you throw down the potion. You don't even need to roll. It's a natural 20. You can deal an additional 4 points of damage, or you can create a major effect which might knock him out of the next round of combat as he's pulling this knife from his chest. Would you like more damage, or would you like him to sit out a round?
I want him to sit down around. Like it hits him, like he loses his breath momentarily.
Perfect. So the dagger hits him.
I did 2 damage.
So because of his armor, it only does a single point of damage. But you managed to knock him out for a round.
Yeah.
We're going to go, next is Arenos.
I am going to shoot at the one-eyed guy.
You got it.
So.
Oh, that is a hit. So you do 5 damage?
Yep, I get additional point.
Yes, you do. So you do 6 damage. Perfect. His armor seems to block some of that. Now we go to their turn. So these mercenaries are going to come in with swords, while the other 2 are going to stay back with slings. So one of them is going to go after... So slings, yeah, here they are. One's going to go after Ithana, so you need to make a speed defense roll. And that is just barely a success. You managed to avoid. Arenos, you need to make 2 speed defense rolls. That does not make it. How about the next one? That one does. So you will take 3 points of might damage, and that should be factoring in your armor as well. So you've got.
Okay,
Oh no, you don't
armor.
have armor. Why does it say no armor?
Nope.
Yeah. For some reason it says you have armor. I don't think you just have clothing. That's what makes you sneaky. So you're going to take the might damage. 3 points of might damage. The other 2 mercenaries will fire bows at Rowland and Venmill. But to make things interesting, I'm going to drop this on Rowland. Let me...
Did you mean to send me an intrusion?
No, that should have gone to Rowland. Yeah, let me...
Okay.
There we go. I didn't select him. Perfect. So Rowland. Rowland accepts it and will give one to someone else. So this is going to... the arrow is going to strike one of the skulls next to you, and a shower of sparks is going to flare out towards you. It's going to make your next attack hindered by 1 level. And they come in with their, make your speed defense hindered by 1 level. So you need to make a speed defense roll, both Rowland and Venmill, as they fire their slings at you. That is a success for Venmill and a success for Rowland. Excellent. Govis, the leader. Well, he does not like what he has seen. He's going to gang up on a PC with other mercenaries, and so he's going to go after Arenos.
Oh, I thought he was going at me. Okay.
Well, he could.
Wait,
He
no, wait, he
wanted to.
can't actually. He has to sit this round.
Oh, he does. He does. You're right. You are correct. Thank you. Thank you for.
Oh.
Let me move it back. Get back there.
Get
There you
back
go.
there.
Well done. Thank you for reminding me. All right, we go back to Ithana and Arenos.
I think
So
a couple of us go after them.
Yep. So let's see. So Rowland and Venmill, you guys go second. Oh no, you've not had your attacks. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rowland and Venmill. Yeah. I'm having a moment. It's a Friday. So Venmill, go ahead and take your attack, and Rowland, you can go as well.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up to the leader.
Okay. Go ahead and you can move your token over there.
Am I supposed to be on a map that's other than the big map?
Yeah, I'm not seeing
Yeah,
any
we're all
in the
sitting
big map.
big map.
Let me pull you in here. I'm sitting there playing on a map here. Okay.
I was like, oh, where are we?
Sorry, guys. I promise I'll do better after this one here. So the map just kind of shows ranges. You can easily move past those people and get over to Govis if you want.
Oh, that's Arenas. Which one's the one-eyed dude?
So the one I
this
do
guy.
is
The one
over
with-
here. Yeah.
One with one eye. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
the one with the eye patch.
All right. I'm going to use my edge in might or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So it will cost me 2 rather than 3, right?
Yes. So your edge it'll always, anytime you spend points to do effort, it will, or activate an ability, it will automatically refund one of those.
All right. I'm going to say, here, hold this, and hand him the lightning rod.
Nice. So the touch target will take 6 points of electricity damage. You'll still need to make a roll because you're trying to cause harm to him, but because he has sat out this round, it's going to be a little easier. You just need to beat a 6.
And I use the effort in order to lower it by 1.
To lower it, yep. So you need to beat a 3.
Don't tempt me.
You got
Barely.
him. You got him. All right, so you blast him for 6, and his armor does not protect him from that. Excellent.
And
That's a
do
wicked hit right there.
Do I do something to remove this archive
Yeah,
item?
let me take that off. I'll just archive that off your character sheet. Perfect.
All right. Cool.
Rowland, your turn. Oh, sorry. Do you want to do something else, Venmo?
I'll look at his friends and say, "You're next."
Oh, nice. Make an intimidation roll if you like. That'll be. You could use might since you just came up and blasted this guy. Give me a might roll. You might scare some of them off. You do. One of these guys flees. He's seen enough, and he heads up the stairs that you came down, screaming. Valen, your turn.
I will cast a onslaught spell on this nearest bandit.
This one here. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Are you doing the mental kind or the physical kind?
I'll try the mental.
Okay. You need to make a roll. And his
And
armor.
I will spend some intellect
Okay.
to ease that.
Oh, you got him. So his armor will not protect him. Tell me how you invade his mind and cause him pain.
So I think probably just he feels an intrusion in his mind, and it kind of a ringing in his ears. Then it kind of culminates in a loud, just crackling sound. It grabs his head and wallows in pain.
Yeah, the world's worst headache strikes him for just a few seconds, like a cluster headache. In fact, you see his eye twitch a little bit, and a little trickle of blood comes out of his nose. Excellent. Now we'll go back to Athana and Arenos.
I just slashed the guy right in front of me.
With your knife, good. Go for it. So that'll be eased by 1.
Yes. So I'm assuming this is a might roll?
Yes. Well, technically it'd be speed, but you can do might. Oh, okay. Do you want to deal 4 additional points of damage? Might work, because you're sticking him as hard as you can. 4 more points of damage, or do you want to do a major effect like knock him prone?
No, 4 damage. 4 additional damage.
Excellent. And he's got 1 point of armor. So he is
that would
badly
have
wounded.
6 total, minus 1.
Yep. Renos, your turn.
Okay. I kind of want to give myself a little room. And I believe I'll have to do like a speed.
Yep, just a speed roll to back up. You need to beat a level 2 task, just a 6.
Okay, and I have a question. So since I'm trained without armor, it says you're trading speed defense tasks when not wearing armor. So does
in
that
the
on my
Cypher
speed
system,
defense? Does that reduce
in the
it?
Cypher system, if you are wearing armor, there is a penalty when you when you're wearing armor. It costs extra points. What you have, you're trained in speed defense when you're not wearing it, and we decided that you are not. You've just got some clothing on.
Yeah.
And so your speed defense would be improved, like when they're trying to attack you. In fact, it shows up on your combat as trained in speed defense.
Oh, okay.
So when they're trying to attack you, you're going to ease that task by 1.
Okay. I was just looking at that and I was trying to figure out. So I need to do my speed for moving.
You got it. So you managed to duck away.
Yeah. And then I am targeting the one-eyed
Perfect. The guy that's been
leader guy with my bow again.
You got it. Go ahead and take the shot. Oh, nice. So that's either plus 3 points of damage, or that's a minor effect.
I'll take the +3.
The plus 3 will be enough. So
yeah.
let me mark him as dead.
You not only got the +3, you also got the minor effect of killing him.
You did, yeah. Fantastic. So he not only do you deal extra damage, but you take him out. In fact, tell us narratively how you finish off Govis, the leader of the mercenaries.
Well, my arrow goes in his good eye.
Nice. He cries out, "No! Curse my luck." So now he's totally blind, but he's only going to be alive for a few more moments to experience that. So, yeah, that was cool, but I like it. That was really good. Let's see, we are on the bad guys. So we're going to have this guy that Ithana has been wailing on. He's going to try and stick you with his blade. You need to make a speed defense roll.
Me?
Mm-hmm. In fact, this guy will move up to Rowland, and this guy is going to go after Reynos, and this one will come around to Venmil. So all of you could give me a speed defense roll. And Reynos, you are trained in it, so yours will be eased by 1. Ooh, who rolled the 1? Okay, so, and Reynos, because of your trained in speed defense, that was enough. You needed to beat a level 2. You beat a level 1, but your training would make that 1.
I got an intrusion?
So yeah, so you rolled a 1, Clara, so you get a GM intrusion, but this is not the kind where you get the experience points. This is a free one for me. I just get to make life hard for you. Do you have an experience point right now? If you do, you can re-roll that. Or you can just take whatever punishment I send your way. So yeah, do you want to spend that XP to decline that, or do you want me to throw that intrusion your way?
Yeah, throw away that XP and
throw it at you? Okay. There you go. So you make that defense, and then just take that XP. It'll be on the first page of your character sheet. Go ahead and take that off of there. Excellent. So you all defend. We go to Venmil and Rowland. Rowland and Venmil, what would you like to do?
Draw the broadsword and stab this guy.
There you go. When the bow fails, the broadsword takes over. Go ahead and take it out. You're going to need to roll a 6 or higher. You got it. And you do 4 points with that.
Yes.
His armor will reduce that by 1. Rowland, what do you do?
I will cast my spell Shroud of Flame.
Okay.
So my entire body becomes shrouded in flames that last up to 10 minutes. It doesn't burn me, but it automatically inflicts 2 points of damage to anyone who tries to touch or strike me with a melee attack, and then I gain +2 armor against damage from fire.
Excellent. So you activate this as your action, and now this bandit, if he strikes you, will take damage. We go back to Ithana and Arenos.
Yeah, are they like out there and like enough small pebbles around?
There are. Yep, there's a few pebbles around.
I would like just really small. I would like to nearly send it in his eyes and blind him.
Oh yeah, I like it. Just make a speed roll, and if you succeed, he will be blinded for a round, and his next attack will be hindered. Oh yeah, you got him. So you scoop up a handful of kind of the grit on the ground and hurl it in his face, and he recoils, clawing at his eyes, trying to get that out of there. So he doesn't take damage, but that's going to hinder his next attack on you. And Arenos, how about you? You've got this guy. He's badly wounded. One more blow, and you'll take him out.
Well, I'm gonna try the broadsword.
You
See
got
what
it.
happens.
And that happens.
There,
You
man.
finish this guy off. Well done. And we go back to Venmil and Rowland. Make a speed defense roll. And Ithana, this guy is going to attack you, but it'll be easier for you to defend.
Okay.
Oh!
So I have to make a speed check.
Yeah, make a speed defense roll, but you just need to get a 3 or higher.
17.
Okay, so Rowland and Venmil, you are both struck by blows from their blades, and they deal 3 points of might damage. If you have armor, which Rowland, you have armor only against the fire, but he will take 2 points of damage because of your Shroud of Flame. Venmil, you, I believe, have armor. You've got leather armor, will reduce it by 1, so you're just going to take 2 might damage.
Yep, got it.
Perfect. And then we go to Venmil and Rowland. Your turns.
I will stab him with the sword.
You got it. You got it. He is at death's door. Rowland, what do you do?
Drop your sword, give me your belt buckle, and run away.
Steal his mark of office there. Is that with an onslaught, Rowland?
Yes.
Okay, the mental kind or the physical kind?
Which one does 4 damage?
The physical kind.
Yes, that one.
Okay, and then his armor will block some of that. But one more blow like that, you probably will finish him off. We go back to Athana and Arenos.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab at the guy in front of me with the dagger.
Go for it. Oh, well done. With your knife?
My dagger, yeah.
Nice. And Arenos, you are no longer engaged. You're free to fire your bow.
I have a
3.
quick question.
Yeah.
Raylan's enshrouded in flame. Couldn't he just hug the guy and do damage?
I caught half. He said he was shrouded in flame, and then I heard damage.
Yeah, couldn't he just hug him and do damage? I mean, just like a grapple.
Oh yeah, he could. Yeah, because anyone
Yeah.
that touches him is going to take damage.
Yeah. So
So yeah, get down and start wrestling with him.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot the one that's on Raylan with my bow.
Perfect. Excellent. And you do 5 with your bow, right?
Correct.
You take that guy out. Where does your arrow pierce him?
Right? Just above his butt and his spine.
Nice. These guys are having a bad day. Let's see. It's we've got 1 on Athana, 1 on Venmil. Both of you need to make a speed defense roll as they come in with blades. You both succeed. And then if you both want to counterattack, it's your turn.
Yeah, I slash at him.
Oh! You needed a 3 or higher. Or there we go. That's a hit there. So Athana, that will deal an additional point of damage. Are you stabbing him with your dagger?
Yeah.
That will be enough. So you take this guy out. Venmil, you are unable to penetrate his guard as you slash with your sword. His silver belt buckle sparkles in the light and blinds you momentarily, and your swing goes wide.
I was using my other hand to try and pull his belt buckle off.
There you go. Try and take it off. Give me a speed roll. Try and take that buckle off there. You got it. So you pants him. So you reach out and grab that buckle and just rip, and his belt just breaks in half. The buckle held strong, but the belt did not. And his pants immediately begin to slide down, and he drops his guard to try and grab at his pants. And Arenos, you've got an easy shot here. You need to beat a 3 if you want to hit him with your bow from this range, as he's holding onto his pants.
There we go.
He's gonna
You
die.
got
He's gonna
it.
die of embarrassment.
Right? Like insult and injury right there. Excellent. So you managed to defeat the Silver Serpent Bandits. Now, if anyone is injured, you have a moment that you can rest and recuperate. So if you need to do any healing, if you look at your character sheet, if you go under combat, you've got your damage and recovery. Right now, everyone should be hale. Yeah, and you can go ahead and make a roll. Your first healing action only takes one action, and that's how many points you'll heal. So, Rallin, you heal 3 points, and Arenos heals 5. So you can put that wherever you want, into whatever pools. You just can't go over your maximum. And if anyone needs additional healing, you could spend 10 minutes to heal.
Or I
And
could
then
heal
Venmil, you go
someone.
around and you collect up 6 of their serpent belt buckles, and you take Govis's eye patch. And you notice that Govis is not actually blind behind that eye. He wears the patch almost as
Just as a
an
fire.
affectation. Yeah, it's kind of a ruse he's got going on there.
So I want to take one of their
The slings?
slings, and I go close to the leader, and I take back the dagger that I had thrown his way earlier.
Perfect.
So
You
I get
reclaim.
back to I reclaim my dagger.
Let me drag a sling over to you. Now you got a sling on your character sheet.
Oh, it counts
he,
as a
uh,
radiant weapon. I can't use it. Damn.
Oh, you know, it's. I'm gonna make it a light sling because I want you to be able to use it. So let me fix this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did he poke a hole in the eye patch so you could see through it?
You give me an intellect roll as you examine it. You don't see any hole, so you're not sure why he would limit his vision this way. But perhaps there's something magical going on here. We do have a,
Well, I'm gonna put it on.
sorceress.
I'm gonna put it on now.
You gonna put it on? You put it
Yeah,
on and
I mean,
instant.
I've
Oh.
got the belt buckles. I've got the eye patch. I'm in charge of the game now.
Right, you can just take his clothes. The other guy lost his pants. He just put his pants back on. Take over the Silver Serpent Bandits. You put the patch on, and as it slides down over your eye, it's almost like night vision. Like all of a sudden, you can see in the dark through that eye patch, and you will not need a lantern to see. So now both you and Arenos have dark vision.
Oh, that's
If
cool.
I'm assuming
Well-
you're going to do a little more thorough search, not just belt buckles and whatnot, but you do find.
I figured everyone else was doing that. I'm just collecting belt buckles and eye patches. But the rest can go through their pockets, look for loose change.
Yeah. Well, I think that Ithana, when you're gathering up your dagger, you notice that there's a potion. I'm going to move it over to your character sheet. You take a potion off of Govis. Looks to be a potion of speed. So you have a new cipher there. And you find one other cipher in here. Let me put it on. Arenos, you find one. You were amazing with a bow. Let me pull up a cipher here. It is a potion of speed. I put that on your character sheet. Excellent. Grab this. Perfect. So now there are no guards between you and Kedron. And you have rested, you have looted. Let's take us back to the map. So we are in this room here. Where would you like to go from here?
Well,
I just want to know, right in front of us, is it like a stage, or what is that like here?
Over there, so this room, it looks like it's a little raised section where the little token that says adventurers is now. There's four great pillars. It looks like that was perhaps some sort of altar, maybe ceremonial in nature.
Okay. All right.
Well, I think we. I don't know. Do you want to go out in the main hall where we were before, or do you want to go this way?
See where we're going.
Do you want to head back to? You can head back up and go down this hall here, or you could head down this way down to there. Is that where you want to go? Head south.
Yeah, I think we're going to 7.
I mean, the boss guy did say the boss was near. The necromancer was nearby.
Very near. So let me pull that up. So there's a picture here. A set of wide stairs lead downward into the darkness. The walls are carved with skulls and eerie faces. Large statues of horrid monsters, many of them cracked or broken, flank the side of the stairs. There are no skulls lighting the way. The way ahead is dark. However, it's not dark for Arenos with his potion, or for Venmil with the eye patch.
Am I still enshrouded in flame?
If you want to be, I think it costs you 1 intellect and you have an edge of 1, so you could keep that on permanently if you choose to.
I think I will.
Okay.
And I've got my lantern. So
And you've got your lantern. So you've basically got Rowland as a giant torch lighting the way, as well as the lantern and 2 that can see in the dark. Do you proceed down these dark stairs?
I'm gonna try to sneak ahead. Like,
yeah,
go ahead.
I'll come with you.
Go ahead and give me a sneaking roll.
You want most of us to stay up here?
Well,
Ooh,
let us
excellent.
get a little ahead of you. That's
I'm
all.
just going to open this up here, drag you all to a new map. So you are very stealthy, and you easily manage to find your way there.
Yeah, I was going to stealth in with them just in case.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and give me a roll as well.
That's
Speed, yep. Ooh, okay.
wow. So you're really quiet. Like, how do you stay? How do you stay that quiet? That's really good.
Do you have an XP? Do you want to re-roll that?
No.
I don't think you have one. Oh, you have 2 XP. Yeah, you could spend an XP if you want to re-roll it, or you can just go ahead and be quiet, or think that you're quiet and be noisy.
I'm new at this, but I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty certain I'm good at this.
You're walking down. You realize, you forgot to take you got all those belt buckles clanging against each other because you put them all on. You're wearing 6 buckles, like some sort of Chewbacca bandolier. And
this will make him think that the bandits are coming. I'm overthinking.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna think it's just the band. Oh, I like that. Are you trying to impersonate the bandits? I'll give you a roll for that.
I'm just shaking my head in disgust.
I mean, I am wearing the leader's eye patch and the leader's belt buckle.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing that guy's pants.
I don't blame you. I don't think I would wear some guy's pants that I just killed either. If you want to, you are trained in lies and trickery, Enmil. If you want to make a roll to try to impersonate the Govis or some of the bandits, I'll give you a roll on that. Be an intellect roll, and it'll ease it by 1. Oh, dang. Yeah. Okay. You head down the stairs. Oh, I did not expect this. Okay. You head down the stairs, and you hear a female voice call out. Govis, is that you?
Yeah, well, there's some stupid adventurers that came and attacked us, but we took care of them. Well, you want some more recruits?
You were worth every penny I paid, and it was no small amount. I'm nearly finished with my experiments. I will come up shortly.
They say when you hire the Sisterhood of Silver Servants, you get what you pay for.
Yes, indeed. And I will be certain to use you again when I am back in this area. I have plundered this crypt for all that I need. Give me but a moment and I will head up to the surface ere night falls, and we will be on our way.
Right.
And you can hear
I'll,
someone rummaging around in the darkness, and with the eye patch you look and you can see now a form. It's definitely a female form. Let me send you a picture.
As you say, boss, I'll go back up and say, hey, we gotta kill this. We gotta drop this woman quickly. She's almost done. The necromancer's a she.
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna.
I was gonna. If I can see her, I'm gonna shoot her.
So I'm gonna say, Renos, you're
I'm
kind
gonna
of up at
use
the
an
top of the
encouragement
stairs.
ticket.
Venmil, you're down towards the bottom, and there's Kedron. She's near you. And as she begins to approach you, you see that there are several skeletons with her, and these look a little different from the other skeletons you saw. They're holding something in their mouths. It's something that's glowing. You can see the light kind of shining in between each tooth and reflecting up through their nostrils, casting a faint reddish glow. There's something about them that is a little more powerful than the other ones that you faced. But she seems to be unaware that you are not, in fact, Govus. She's probably never really paid him any mind. She just hired hired swords and
Yep.
and never really paid
I got the
attention
belt
to.
buckle on the eye patch.
Yeah, it's like
What else do you
it's
want?
like he didn't have a beard. Like, hang on, what's going on? Yeah, she has no idea. So if you want to lead her up the stairs, you can.
I can lead her upstairs.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what was that?
I'll try to. Did you say I could lead her upstairs?
Yeah, if you want to. So
Yeah.
Arenos, as they begin to approach,
I'll say one of them had something you need to look at. Can you follow me for a second and see if I can separate her from her minions?
yeah, you get a little separation between her and the skeletons. Arenos, you see Venmil walking up with this necromancer. They seem to be in league. She doesn't seem to be bothered at all by him. How well do you know Venmil?
Not very well at all, but I'm gonna shoot her.
You're gonna shoot her?
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh.
And I think I missed.
Do you have an XP to spend?
No, I don't have any XP.
Um,
Can I give him one of mine to?
You do now. Let me give this to you. You can accept that if you like. In fact, I think you have to accept that intrusion on the chat screen, and you can give an XP to someone else, to Athana.
Oh,
So
nice.
You fire that arrow, and it misses, and her eyes lock on you. And she turns and looks at Venmil, and you see a moment of confusion on her face, and then she unleashes one of her
Down, boss! Ambush!
Yeah, you may well be able to keep up this ruse here. She unleashes a powerful withering necromantic spell. This will automatically inflict 5 might damage. If you fail a might defense roll, it will hinder your next action. So you're going to lose 5 might, Arenos, and then you need to make a might defense roll. And I'll tell you now, she's level 5.
That is rude.
And that is very rude.
Well, luckily I'm trained, so
there you go.
That brings me down to 4.
So you only got to roll a 12 or higher. You got a 60% chance of getting this. Oh, you got it. Okay. So you're not. You still take the 5 damage, but you are not hindered. And you shrug off. You don't show any sign that that even affected you. Deep down, it hurt, and you're feeling it, but you don't let her know exactly how much that hurt, and that just seems to aggravate her. And she puts her hand on Venmill and says, "You said they were destroyed. Go finish that one off," and kind of nudges you forward towards Arenos. So I'm going to let Venmill act, and then I'm going to bring the other 2 party members into this. So I'm going to put the other 2 party members up here. They're up at the top. So Venmill, what do you do?
Oh my God! I thought I killed him. He's gonna kill us all. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run away, but away from him. Like I'm gonna try to keep her between us, and I'm gonna try to get her between Reynolds and I.
Perfect. So you're going to maybe like kind of duck behind, and she steps forward, trying to keep her away from the skeletons, kind of thing.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Let's do an initiative roll. So everyone, that's going to be a speed roll. You need to beat 9s to beat the skeletons, and a 15 to beat Kedron.
Those are not good.
So.
Oh, I got it. Oh.
So Athana will go first. So I'm going to kind of put you guys in order here. So Athana will go first, and then it will be Kedron. I'm going to kind of take us out of order on the battlefield, but we'll theater of the mind it. And then Venmill will go, and then the skeletons. Oh, no.
No, I would have beat the skeletons.
Yeah. You beat the skeletons.
Yeah.
So then the skeletons will go, and then Rowland will go. So Athana, you get to go first.
I stay kind of back and I scream encouragement.
Nice. And so remind us all what your encouragement will do.
My allies within short range is one of the following tasks: defense, attack, or any skills that they are trained or specialized in.
And so do you want to do that on their defense or their attack?
What would you guys prefer? Do you want your attack or defense boosted?
Anyone have a preference?
You pick. It's fine.
Yeah, we're outnumbered. I'd say defense, but
okay,
it's your-
defense. Defense then.
Defense then. Perfect. All right. Kedron will go next, and she is going to go after Arenos. This foul person that dared to enter into her lair. You need to make an intellect defense roll against this attack, and it's a level 5, but it'll be reduced by 1 because of Ithana's encouragement, so a level 4.
I'm gonna spend effort.
Spend effort, so make it a level 3.
I get a level 3, yeah.
So 9 or higher.
Ooh.
Oh, and because you spent effort, you got it. So you shrug off this this dark energy that seems to swirl around your mind, just ready to split your head open. But you brace yourself, and you hear Athana's encouraging words, kind of willing you to shrug off this terrible affliction. Venmill, your turn. So you are kind of positioned yourself between Ithana and the skeletons. And as far as you can tell, she still believes that you're Gophus.
What does my muscles of iron do?
So your muscles of iron ability will cost you 2 might points, and then all might actions other than attack rolls. So that's like if you're trying to lift heavy things, climb things. So it wouldn't help you swing your sword or anything, but it would help you like if you were trying to pick up heavy rock or things like that.
All right. So I'm going to feign like I'm still afraid of this person. I'm going to run to the skeletons lying down and try to like bash their heads in before they can get up.
Nice. Perfect. Go ahead and make an attack roll. You need a 9 or higher to beat these guys.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought that was a 20. A 2.
I will.
So
I'll use an
spend
XP to.
Perfect.
Yes.
Go ahead and take that XP off and re-roll that one.
Because
I think that's worthwhile.
I don't think I don't think I'm going to get a second shot at that. So
there you go. Perfect. And is this with your sword?
yeah.
So that does 4 damage, and these guys do have 1 point of armor. Perfect. So one of them takes a pretty nasty hit. Arenos, your turn. So you are basically being attacked by this necromancer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to shoot her again.
Perfect. You draw back your bow, take a shot. It's going to be a level 5 task. Oh, you got it. Sweet.
Ooh.
And that's 5 damage with your bow, correct?
5 plus 1, 6, yeah.
Plus 1. Yeah. Excellent. So then she is going to... she's got 1 point of armor. Perfect. But she's pretty badly wounded. Took a pretty good hit there. She's down about a third of her health. These skeletons. So the one that was just cracked over the skull is going to go after Venmill and defend itself. So Venmill, you need to make a speed defense roll, and that's a level 3.
I've got. Is it 4 attacks on me?
No, just one. So one of them will attack you. The other 3 have bows, and they're going to fire. One will fire at Arenos, one at Ithana, and one at Rowland.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Ooh. You're going to take 3 points of damage from that, but you do have 1 point of armor, so you'll... Oh,
Yeah, good.
Ithana.
Can I use my new XP to...
You can, yeah. So go ahead and re-roll that one, and then Rowland, did you roll?
I was afraid that it was like Dragon's Bane that I cannot re-roll.
Right, you can't re-roll a
Yeah.
demon or a dragon.
A demon, yeah. So I was.
So yeah, go ahead and take that XP off your character sheet and re-roll that one.
Oh, damn it!
So their bows deal 5 points of damage. Rowland, I need a speed defense roll from you as well.
Of might, correct?
Might damage, yes. Oh, do you have an XP, Rowland? Do you want to re-roll that one? If not,
I'll just take the damage.
Take 5 might damage. And then Rowland, it's your turn.
I'm going to charge up, just run up to this necromancer, and I'm going to touch them with my Inferno Rod.
Okay, what does your Inferno Rod do?
So the touch target takes 9 points of fire damage,
Ooh.
and then plus my 2 points from my Flame Shroud.
Ooh. So you're, yes, because if anyone who tries to touch you or strike you, and if you're touching them, so that would be 11 points of fire damage, but you need to run up and make that hit. So that's going to be a speed roll. It's going to be difficulty 5.
I can ease that. So I can't use that 2 levels, can I? Just
no, you only have 1 level of effort, so you can only ease it 1 level. So you need to beat a 12 or higher.
I will spend my XP.
Then your XP? I think I would too.
That.
Oh, you needed a 12? You got a 13. She's going to take 11 points of fire damage. That was just mean. Let me take that off of your character sheet. Your Inferno Rod. Perfect. And we go back to the top of the order to Ithana.
Okay, I'm gonna use my potion of speed.
Excellent.
And
I believe that reduces your next speed task by 2 levels.
And then I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at the necromancer.
So your potion will reduce it by 2 levels, and because it's a light weapon,
Yeah.
will reduce it by 1 more. So you only need to roll a
Yes.
6 or higher.
Like
Okay.
natural 20.
All right. How do you kill Kedron?
Oh my god. Like, my dagger literally, I don't know how I managed to do it, but it comes like sideways and it basically cuts her throat.
Oh, nice. And did you throw it or did you slash her with it?
No, I threw it, I was pretty far.
Nice. So you like sidearm it, and it spins
Yeah.
sideways through the air and just slashes right across her throat. And she clutches her throat and falls down against the stairs and slides down a couple of steps, her hair cascading out as blood begins to flow freely from her throat. It would have been her turn, but now she's dead. Venmil, you are up. You've got the skeleton on you and several other skeletons.
Do the skeletons react to their leader's death?
They do not. They are mindless. They will continue to press the
Yeah.
attack.
All right. Well, then I'll keep beating on the one.
Okay. Oh, okay. You want to deal an additional 3 points of damage or a minor effect? The additional damage, you would actually be able to finish it off.
Yeah, you said these guys are a little bit stronger, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do the additional damage and look at the ones with the bows. Put those down.
Nice.
I'll be
You
done.
scold him, and he dies. Arenos, your turn.
Well, since the woman's dead, I'm gonna shoot at one of these
Skeletons.
skeletons that shot at me.
You got it. And they're level 3, so you just need to beat a 9 or higher. You got it. And you deal 5 with your bow.
Yeah.
You have 1 point of armor. Perfect. Their turn, so let's have Arenos, Venmil, and Rowland make speed defense rolls. And Arenos, you are trained in this, so you just need to beat a 6. Everyone else needs to beat a 9. And Venmil, give me a speed defense roll as well. So Venmil, you're going to take 3 claw damage. You have armor. You're only going to take 2 points of might damage. And then Rowland, it's your turn.
I will cast Onslaught on one of these skeletons.
Perfect.
One of the ones that's been damaged by an arrow.
That'll be this one right here. Are you doing the physical kind?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intellect roll. Need to beat a 9. Got a 6. Do you have an XP? Or...
Damn,
No,
I
I
thought
do
that
not.
was a 9.
it looked like it, yeah. So your onslaught. These guys are used to being around magic, and it seems to have raised its magical defenses somewhat. Ethana, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go closer to the one that is most damaged. Is
Okay.
that this one?
That'd be this. Yeah, that one right there.
And I'm gonna slash him with my dagger.
Perfect. That's a hit. Boy, that dagger is deadly.
Yeah,
Excellent.
she was taught by her cousin Christine.
Nice. Venmil, your turn.
All right. Looking at my broadsword, wondering if I should trade it in for a dagger.
Okay.
But I'll hit the same one.
You got it. Oh.
No, I won't.
Do you have an XP?
Dude.
Yeah. I'll take it. Let's do it. Let's see what this does.
You'll take it? Alright. I'm just going to drop the cards out here just because I get delight in that. And you're actually going to drop your weapon. And it clatters down the stairs, and you're going to have to go pick it up unless you fight with something else. but your broadsword is now out of hand. Areno, it's
Still.
your turn.
Thinking I need to pick up a dagger.
Yeah, there's plenty of spent weapons. You could pick up a piece of bone from, that fallen skeleton too, and whack somebody with a piece of femur.
I am gonna shoot at the one I shot at before.
Perfect. This one that's injured here. You got
Oh
him.
yeah.
And he drops as well.
Wait.
You have mowed through enemies tonight. These two skeletons, one will go after Venmil and one after Rowland. So Venmil and Rowland, please give me a speed defense roll. Okay, well, one of you made it and one of you didn't. So, Venmil, you're going to take 3 minus 1 for your armor, 2 points of might damage. And then Rowland, it's your turn.
All
I think
right,
Venmil got cursed by the mercenary leader.
That
by
eye patch
putting
or
his stuff
something,
on. Yeah.
Yeah, this depth perception thing is killing.
Is this an onslaught?
Oh.
yes.
So do you want it to deal 8 points of damage, or do you want a major effect?
I'll do the 8 points of damage.
So armor will reduce by 1, so this one is almost dead. We go back to Ithana.
I moved to the. Wait. Oh no,
So
this one is still going.
Let me get these out of here. So there's 2 left.
Okay, I moved to that one and I slash him the same way that I did.
Go for it. Oh, that is a miss.
For a second, that looked like a 20.
It did look good for a second. Arenos and Venmil, you are up.
Well,
Right.
I'm gonna shoot one of them, probably the next one in line.
This one here. Perfect.
Yeah.
And you needed a 9, so that's a hit.
Oh, okay.
And then his armor will block some of that. Venmil, what about you? You want to go pick up that sword? You could grab a piece of leg bone. You could throw some punches.
I'm gonna pick up the arm of one of the fallen skeletons, and the one that keeps hitting me. I'm gonna say, "See how you like it," and slap him with his
Smack him
friend's
with
claw.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
going to count as a medium weapon. So you need. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
natural 20!
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. If you want to deal the additional damage, that's going to be enough to take him out.
Oh, we're absolutely doing the additional damage then.
Right. Okay. So you beat this guy to death with the arm of his friend. We've got one left. He's going to attack Rowland. Rowland, make a speed defense roll. If he hits, he'll take damage because of your shroud. And
But
he.
Don't
so
they
he
have
does.
any kind of disadvantage from being
And your encouragement, Ithana, helped him, so that's actually going to be a success. So then, Rowland, can you finish this guy off? An onslaught will do it. You could do your mental onslaught, and
yeah, I'll
finish
do
him
that.
off. Just need to beat a 9. You got it. All right. Tell me how you mentally destroy this skeleton.
So I probably just attune myself with it and just dispel the necromancer's magic.
Oh, so you don't actually physically harm it, but you dispel the magic that kept it there. And as you do that, you see a little wisp, like a wisp of cloud, kind of drift away from the bones as the bones clatter lifeless to the ground, and that wisp passes through the walls deep into the earth as though returning from the earth spirits from whence it came. You have defeated Kedron and her minions. You're free to poke around the crypt. You're going to each receive 1 experience point for overcoming Kedron's minions, as well as 1 experience point for defeating Kedron. So 2 XP for everyone. The way that you would level up, we'll go ahead and cover that real quick. I don't think anyone has 4 XP currently, do they?
Nope. I'm at 3.
So you have 3. So if you had 4, It costs 4 to do an upgrade. Below where it says like Venmil is a stealthy explorer who moves like a cat, there's a box that says +4 stat pools, +1 effort, +1 edge, skill, or other. You can spend 4 experience points to check one of those boxes. If you do the stat points, you have 4 points to distribute amongst any 4 pools, and that increases your maximum in those. So your might could go up to 16, or your speed up to 25, which would be insane. You could do +1 effort. If your effort goes up to level 2, then you could spend 2 levels of effort to reduce the difficulty of a task. The first one always costs 3, and any additional level beyond that would cost 2. So for a cost of 5, you could reduce difficulty by 2, and then your edge would refund whatever your edge score is. The other upgrade you could take is +1 edge, so you could add an edge to, say, speed, because you don't have one, or you could increase your might edge to 2, so that it would refund 2 points anytime you spent pools out of there. Or you could pick up a new skill, and there are no skill lists in the Cypher system. You just say what you want to be good at. It can't be an attack or defense skill, but it could be like magical lore, or climbing, or swimming, or anything like that. And you just kind of say what you want to be good at and give yourself a skill. Or you can take a skill that you have, like you are trained in lies or trickery, and you could actually specialize in that. And if you're specialized, then that reduces the difficulty of a task by 2 levels. So the whole crux of the Cypher system is you're given a level of a task, and you try and reduce that by assets, which you can reduce it by up to 2, skills, which you can reduce it by up to 2, and effort, which you can reduce it by up to 6. So you could take a difficulty 10 task, which would be impossible to roll on a d20. You'd have to roll a 30. If you could reduce that to at least a 6, you have a chance of success. But you could, theoretically, if you were high enough level and had effort of 6 and specialized in a skill and had 2 assets, you could reduce even a difficulty 10 task to a 0, and if it's a 0, it's an automatic success. So the whole crux of the game is just taking whatever the difficulty is, reducing it, and that's what you have to roll. And so then you just manage your pools. And everyone did really well. Any questions on how the game is played? I know everyone has played with me before in Cypher System except for Ithana, for Clara. Do you feel like you have a grasp of how the game works?
Mostly, yeah.
This is actually my first time with Cypher System with you too. Like I've never played Cypher System either.
I thought that you had. Oh, excellent.
No,
Yeah, it's
cool.
a lot of fun. It's pretty intuitive once you kind of have the basic grasp of it. It's a simple system. It's dead easy to run as a GM because you can come up with stuff on the fly. You just give it a level, and that tells you how much damage it does, basically how many hit points it has, things like that. And so you're free to kind of work on adding all the flavor and just making it exciting.
Is using a skeletal hand as a back scratcher a skill I can develop?
Yeah, so you could do like pain relief, and maybe you use that hand to ease your discomfort on your back. So, but it's more like that would count as an asset, that hand, because it would be a piece of equipment. But you could be trained in like contortion, so you could like reach those hard to reach spots, and then you would reduce your difficulty by 1 because you have a back scratcher, and by 2 because you're trained in contorting yourself, and you could spend might to make that task even easier. So you can do anything in the Cypher system.
Perfect.
Let me
thank you so much for running and letting me be a part of this.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I've got another. Well, right now I've got 2 Cypher System Learn to Plays up on Start Playing. I've got this one, and I have First Night in Normandy, the World War II historical one. I actually wrote that one. I had it published in a e-magazine about 7-8 years ago, and I love running that one. It's super fun. I'm also running the Old Gods of Appalachia. That runs this same system, runs Cypher System. I've got a game of that coming up in like a week, I think. And Henrik, I think you're in that game, and I forget who else is in that game. I've got someone else in that game that I don't think I've played with. But I've got that one available if you guys enjoy the Cypher System. Old Gods of Appalachia is basically like Call of Cthulhu in the 1920s, West Virginia, Kentucky area, and tons and tons of fun. So
it is fun. I ran it last week.
Yeah, you did was it the Luthier's Folly? How did that go?
I did. It went well. I actually had a person that never played an RPG ever.
Oh, no way.
In that game. Oh, yeah. and she had a real good time.
Awesome.
Yeah, we all did. I mean, I was like, oh, this is nice not having to do the rolls.
Isn't it great? Yeah, you get to just sit back and just kind of let things play out, and all you got to do is just come up with a number, and yeah, it's so fun to run. It's such a change of pace.
It ended with one of the characters agreeing to take the place.
Oh, no way, of the tree?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome. So cool. So the adventure that I've got prepped to run on here, it's called Best Leave Them Ghosts Alone, and it was like the Gen Con adventure, I think last year or this year, and it's really cool. It came with some audio clips that were recorded by the people that do the podcast, the Old Gods of Appalachia podcast, and I've got those loaded into Foundry here. Like I'll play you a little teaser of that. You can see what it sounds like.
I think I'm going to grab a quick dinner. Thank you guys. We'll catch you another time.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for playing.
Special. Something that calls to your blood and bones. The promise of eternal summer.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Oh, yeah,
it's got the
that's
audio
straight from the
there.
podcast, all right.
Yeah, super fun to get the cast to record that stuff.
Cam Newton actually worked on a Call of Cthulhu adventure.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
what adventure do you know?
It's Clay and something, maybe Clay and Bone, but it's in Appalachia.
Oh, I think I have that. I actually
have it on
Roll20 to run in Old Gods of Appalachia.
So did I.
Yeah, because it looked so cool.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, I know I've got it. Of Sorrow and Clay. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, very cool.
So I'm gonna head out. So we see each other Sunday for
Vaesen. Yep, we're playing Vaesen, The Wicked Secret on Sunday. Thanks for playing, Clara. I appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Awesome. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and get this signed off. I did do the recording. I'm going to go ahead and post it here in just a few minutes. I'll get it uploaded. And
I'm guessing the other game's canceled since we only have 2.
Yeah, there's only 2 people in there. It's supposed to start now. I'll set up another one. I think I have another one set up, and I think I'm charging $5 for it. If you want to join that, I'll put your cost down to 0, or I'll be running it a couple different times. I thought about running it just with the 3, but then the other guy bailed, so
yeah,
it'd be kind of tough to run with 2. But
no,
I
get that.
If you want to sign up for another one, I'll put your price at 0 because I owe you a free game on there. So plus you played with me twice already, so I'm happy to do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll go look. And
Perfect.
Thanks for this. I have the starter set too. I hadn't gone through the.
So this is one of the
part.
adventures in the starter set.
Yeah.
I took it straight out of the book, and I've never played this adventure. This was my first time, and I actually had a pretty good time running. I like the Cypher system. It's just really easy and really fun to play.